Jake Paul and Mike Tyson now have been suspended from boxing after controversial fight in Texas. Now, why, you may ask? Now, I didn't know this, okay?
Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were arrested after their highly anticipated fight descended into chaos, becoming one of boxing's most absurd spectacles instead of the epic showdown fans had expected.
The whole thing was scripted. The whole thing was just a money grab. And for a lot of us that love Mike, and despite what he said in that interview with the girl about the legacy, we love him and his legacy, and we didn't like what we saw
The
last.
fight turned into a disaster, filled with slow-motion punches, bizarre antics, and a blatant cash grab that had little to do with real boxing.
Paul just got Netflix sued. People got a big problem with this stream cutting out.
The tables have turned for those who mocked boxing for a quick payday. After tarnishing the sport's legacy, they're now facing a legal knockout they never saw coming. Their antics have finally caught up with them. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul step into the ring, setting the stage for what promises to be an epic showdown. The world holds its breath, anticipating a clash that could redefine the sport's narrative and deliver a punchline they truly deserve.
A 28-year-old kid who, used to be a YouTuber, and he's worked hard to learn boxing. He really has. He's come along. But really, he's still not of that level.
Legendary heavyweight champ Mike Tyson faces viral video star Jake Paul. Billed as boxing's greatest spectacle, it's a clash of worlds that promises drama, intrigue, and a fight no one expected.
Now it's free. We all got Netflix anyway, right? And you got to watch the girls fight. The girls fight was good. I know a lot of people were pissed, but it was a bit of a shit show. But what did you expect? Seriously, when you stayed home and you turned on Netflix that night, we were like, holy I'm about to see the greatest live sporting event of all time.
What we got felt more like a slow-motion circus. At 58, Tyson seemed like he'd stepped straight out of retirement, with sluggish punches, non-existent footwork, and the fire in his eyes if there was any likely just a trick of the light. A truly disheartening spectacle.
Tyson 7 of 34, 18%. So Tyson is averaging more punches than he did in that fight with McBride and in the exhibition against Roy Jones, where he averaged 24 punches around.
Like I said, I don't like the fact that they keep messing with that mouthpiece.
Oh, left hook! Triple left hook by Paul. He wobbled Tyson.
Mike's hurt.
Jake Paul, meanwhile, struts in as if he's a boxing prodigy, claiming years of elite training. In reality, his skills seem pieced together from YouTube tutorials and carefully chosen opponents. His strategy: call out anyone who can't resist the clout chase. His big achievement: defeating washed-up fighters, mere shadows of their prime. It's a flashy facade, masking a career built more on hype than genuine boxing prowess.
Can't fight like 2 days in a row.
Wasn't the Tyson Jake fight, wasn't that amazing?
Yeah.
The real punchline, the payout: Tyson bagged $20 million, while Jake Paul walked away with $40 million for what looked like two grandpas squabbling over the last slice of pizza. If this is the future of boxing, we might as well applaud the absurdity. Bravo.
At any point did you start to take your foot off the gas just a little bit because you noticed he was tiring out?
Yeah, definitely a bit. I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt.
The plot thickens with DJ Wu Kid's revelation. The fighters were told not to go full throttle. Seriously, was this a boxing match or a playground spat between 6-year-olds? Tyson, 58, and Jake Paul, decades his junior but light years away in skill, were reportedly instructed to take it easy. This wasn't a fight, it was a staged performance, a circus, with Tyson and Paul as the headlining clowns. But the comedy took a dramatic turn. The sparring has moved from the ring to the courtroom, escalating into a legal showdown. The International Boxing Association, IBA, has dropped a bombshell, accusing both fighters of foul play. Lawsuits have been filed, and the bout is now infamous as the scripted fight heard around the world. Rigging is the new buzzword in boxing, and the controversy has rocked the sport to its core. The public, once eager for this spectacle, now watches as Tyson and Paul battle a different kind of opponent: the law. The circus act just turned into a courtroom drama.
If you didn't think that that's the way the fight, I don't know what people expected. Mike's almost 60 years old. He's Mike Tyson, but he's 60 years old. And he knew that Jake Paul couldn't do anything to him. So you knew what you were going to get.
The chaos began with a leaked fight script that sent fans into a frenzy. Rumors swirled and the internet erupted. Allegedly, Tyson was instructed to start slow, deliberately underperforming to appear past his prime, while Jake Paul was given a chance to shine. How adorable, right? Supposed strategy turned what could have been a fight into a farce, leaving fans questioning the authenticity of this overhyped spectacle.
Mike Tyson could have knocked him out there. Jake Paul's chin was wide open, but then Mike Tyson realised, just as he was about to throw that punch, that, oh no, I'm getting paid lots of money, I can't knock him out. So ridiculous, mate. This video has been sent to me so many times, it's went viral. People saying that Mike Tyson could have knocked him out. See, it was a scam, it was a script.
Mike Tyson, once the baddest man on the planet, is now under fire, accused of being part of this grand spectacle. The backlash isn't limited to social media. Tyson faces potential legal trouble and even possible arrest for allegedly staging a fight for profit.
We saw last night seemed like something that very much tarnished his legacy for a little bit of bread, you know? And somebody will say, oh, 20 million, that's not a little bit of money. Well, you know, I was talking to my man Isaiah Washington earlier, and he was breaking it down as far as...
Rumors are swirling that Tyson's legendary status might not be enough to protect him from the fallout. Was he a victim, an accomplice, or just an aging fighter looking to cash in on a big payday? The truth is still unclear, but one thing's for sure, Tyson's legacy could be on the line with this scandal.
He wasn't even good at the end, and now he's 58 there. And he's been living the kind of life he's been living. How's he going to have a chance? I'm putting everything on Paul. I'm laying 180. I think it was 180 he was getting. It was two. I think it went up to minus 220, whatever. But it was minus 180. I'm putting everything on.
Jake Paul may be riding high on that big payday, but now he's facing a whole new kind of battle, the courtroom. Imagine that Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed problem child of boxing, might soon find himself dealing with a very different kind of fame. The influencer known for stirring up controversy could be in over his head, as this scandal could shake his brand to its core. Jake thrives on drama, but this might be one controversy too many. The IB could come down hard on him, and depending on how things unfold, this could become a career-defining moment. Both Paul and Tyson have brought massive shame to boxing, and it might be time to ask if this fight was ever real or if it was simply a showbiz circus. Looking back at the footage, it's hard not to laugh at how staged it all appeared. Tyson, once feared for his knockout power, now looked like he was struggling to remember where he left his keys. As for Jake Paul, his defense was less about boxing and more about striking a pose for the cameras. His punches seemed more like rehearsals for a Rocky remake than an actual fight. It was clear this wasn't the epic showdown fans were promised, just a spectacle that left many questioning the authenticity of it all.
He has this one move he's known for, and like he gets in the pocket, goes low and gets in, and he did that and had a clear opening on Jake, and Jake went like this, and Mike just didn't hit him, and that's the video I'm seeing everywhere, but I remember in the moment.
Show me that, pull that. You'll probably watch it if it's short.
But yeah, I agree, Dan. I think it's more of just like they agreed to.
It's a show fight.
It's a
this
show
is kind of what they do.
What's more entertaining than watching the so-called biggest fight in boxing history turn into an embarrassing spectacle, with everyone getting paid to simply pretend it's real.
Requested the 2-minute rounds, wanting to see more action. He just landed the overhand right, testing the beard of Paul early.
And everybody was saying, oh, nice shot by Jake Paul.
Right hand by Paul.
Mike Tyson, once the undisputed king of the ring, is now reduced to following a scripted routine just to earn a paycheck. Jake Paul, the master of social media drama, continues to capitalize on any chance to flex for his fans. This wasn't about boxing. It was a show, a spectacle for profit. Too bad we all bought tickets to the circus. And now, this fight's not the only one raising eyebrows. Other cases of scripted bouts are starting to emerge, leaving us to wonder, is this the new norm in combat sports? As fans, do we have to accept that entertainment often takes precedence over genuine competition?
Last Friday's big ringside fight could be heading to court. A Florida man has filed a $50 million lawsuit against Netflix claiming breach of contract.
Tyson and Paul may have ignited a legal wildfire, with fans demanding refunds over Netflix's live stream disaster. The technical issues were brutal buffering, crashes, and poor quality streams during crucial moments. That wasn't even the worst part. There was more to this fiasco that had fans fuming over the entire experience.
In breaking news, streaming giant Netflix is being issued a class action in relation to the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. TMZ reports the lawsuit is over streaming issues and a breach of contract.
The real drama unfolded when Netflix faced class action lawsuits for deceptive practices and breach of contract. Fans are demanding refunds and they're not holding back in their pursuit.
But yeah, I agree, Dan. I think it's more of just like they agreed to.
It's a show fight.
It's a
This
show
is kind of
fight.
what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when Mayweather
wrestling.
fought Logan. It was like obvious. But yeah, I mean, listen, Mike Tyson's old as f. I think you're right. They decided that. I mean, because I don't think Mike was ever going to hurt Jake. Probably.
Social media exploded with clips dissecting every punch, with critics pointing out Tyson's slow movements that didn't quite match his intense training footage. Some fans believe it was a setup to protect both fighters' reputations, Tyson's legacy intact, and Jake Paul's ego preserved. If you think this is just talk, Jake Paul's manager has dismissed all rigging allegations as baseless. But let's be real, once the rigging rumors take hold, they're hard to shake. The speculation continues to swirl, casting doubt on the authenticity of the entire fight.
Everybody who, got in and getting ready for, something magical, something historic, whatever. I just want to say the same thing I say to myself. Hello, suckers. Hello, suckers. Myself included.
Boxing fans were livid, and who could blame them? What was supposed to be a clash between two fighters felt more like a staged performance with more drama than a reality TV show. Hardcore fans saw through the facade, and they were far from pleased with the spectacle that unfolded.
The whole thing was scripted. The whole thing was just a money grab. And for a lot of us that love Mike, and despite what he said in that interview with the girl about the legacy, we love him and his legacy, and we didn't like what we saw last.
The script didn't just ruin the fight, it transformed fan skepticism into outright fury. Who could blame them? The integrity of a sport built on blood, sweat, and broken bones was discarded for the sake of an Instagram post and a few extra zeros on paychecks. Social media exploded with memes, rants, and heated debates over the fight's legitimacy. Hardcore boxing fans were furious, claiming they'd been duped. Meanwhile, casual viewers were left confused, unsure whether to cheer for Jake Paul's win or feel like they'd just participated in the world's most expensive TV show. It was a mess, and fans weren't holding back.
Should fight somebody
Jake's like
his own
6'1".
size, his own age, just enough. Who knows how to box?
I want to see him do MMA with Conor McGregor. I've seen that thrown around
He
too.
would never agree to that.
I think he's been one thing. I think he's challenged him.
No shot he would do.
This entire mess has put Jake Paul's influencer boxer persona in jeopardy. Can he bounce back from this? Will fans ever see him as more than a YouTube star with gloves? The jury's still out, but one thing's certain. This controversy isn't doing him any favors in the boxing world.
Conspiracy theorists argue that Tyson, now 58, took the fight for the $20 million payday and let Paul have an easy victory. After all, Tyson is well past his prime, hadn't fought in years. Some even claim Tyson wasn't attacking at all, making it seem like the whole thing was staged for Paul to get a win over a legendary.
Then there's Tyson's legacy, once the untouchable champion, now under fire for possibly selling out for money.
The thing was scripted. The whole thing was just a money grab. And for a lot of us that love Mike, and despite what he said in that interview with the girl about the legacy, we love him and his legacy, and we didn't like what we saw last night. What we saw last night seemed like something that very much tarnished his legacy.
From legendary status to the star of a Netflix drama, is this the end of the road for Iron Mike's reputation? Some fans feel like they've been hit below the belt, not with a punch, but with betrayal. The real question here is whether boxing is now about entertainment or authenticity. With influencer boxing on the rise, more fans are questioning if the sport is losing its soul in favor of paycheck. The line between sports and spectacle is blurring faster than Jake Paul's punch, and the question isn't just if it's happening, but how far it will go. Did Tyson and Paul rig their fight? Probably not, but the rumors are so juicy they're bound to keep the controversy alive for a while. As both of them navigate the fallout, one thing is clear. This fight will be remembered, but not for the reasons they hope. The legacy of boxing itself may never be the same.